yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Going to Chicago. Sorry, baby, you can't go.
Thank you all for making the time to be here at this special edition of Sips and Stanzas, Jazz in the Music City. So we're glad to be out here to do it.
Tell us about yourselves and what initially attracted you to jazz. Because I know a lot of you started in other genres. Why did jazz stick for you guys? You can start, Ms. Chavis.
Well, like you said, I've been singing as far back as I can remember, age 4. And my parents had a lot of albums and a lot of jazz albums. At the time, I didn't know it was jazz. I just knew they were people that I liked to hear, and I liked the way they sang. And so, especially Ella, nobody scats like Miss Ella. Grew up in the Episcopalian church, and then went to St. Vincent, and that's where I was introduced to Latin and fell in love with Latin, and I began singing in Latin, the services in Latin. So I think maybe by the time I graduated from high school, I knew jazz was going to be it. I started in college professionally at age 20, and so I've been going strong ever since, 48 years.
You were in Nashville during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to see a lot of jazz?
No.
Like around town?
No, I wasn't able to see a lot of jazz at all. My brother sneaked out of the house and went down on Jefferson Street, where there were so many clubs and so many famous people who were not famous then, right, Jimmy? They were not famous then. Jimi Hendrix, James Brown. Oh, so many people came here. And there were a lot of different clubs on Jefferson Street. The Del Morocco, and what are some of the other ones? The New Era. Plus, there was a lot of social unrest at that time, and so our parents were really kind of afraid for us to do too much. And there were not too many doors that were open for us, and there were no jazz venues. It was Nashville was mainly country and then R&B.
What were the biggest changes that you've seen over the years?
I came to town maybe 20 years ago. I've been living in the Bahamas. Navy brat, I grew up everywhere. But when I came here, it was Mayor Bulls, and F. Scott's was here, which had jazz 7 days a week when I came. And it was a vibrant community then. There's been some changes, and those places no longer exist. But I would just love to see some investors get in a nice location. I think the museum is going to be really special. I'm really excited about it. It's in the center of everything, and let people know about this music.
Well, let me ask you this. You guys have seen the crossover of jazz and gospel, like with Take 6, hip-hop, of course. Have any of those crossovers helped what you're talking about, jazz being recognized by a larger audience, in your view?
I think it has. A lot of the jazz records have been sampled. Even the hip-hop artists, they're using tracks. So kids, they're listening to it and they don't even know it. And so that's I'm all for that.
You switched instruments kind of, I guess, early on in your career. What were some of your influences to do that?
What happened when I grew up in Pulaski, Tennessee, and I was really interested in jazz when I was 10 years old. I didn't listen to much R&B. I just liked the straight-ahead jazz artists. And so I finally, I guess around 12 or 13 years old, my father bought me a cornet. So I started studying cornet, and then I came to TSU and to play in the band. I played in the band out there 3 years. And I really wanted to major in music, but my father wouldn't let me major in music. He didn't think I could make a living playing music, so he encouraged me to get a degree in building construction. Well, my goal was not to try to make a living playing music. I just wanted to be on the stage with internationally acclaimed artists. That's been my goal, and I've had the privilege of doing that. I've been to Israel playing, I've played the Kennedy Center with major artists, and I just enjoy playing music. And so I guess, you know, for me in terms of music, I love straight ahead jazz and I do some classical.
I'm going to Chicago, sorry that I can't take you, baby. In the morning I going to Chicago, and I'm sorry that I can't take you. Ain't nothing in Chicago for a sweet little boy like you to do, baby. Cause when I get there, gonna drink mash, gonna talk trash. I'm gonna spend my money in the morning. Drink mash, talk trash. I'm gonna spend my money in the morning. Gonna have me one hell of a time till I see me a rooster sitting right out in the middle of Ross Street crowing by the fountain. Well, 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 well.